Hello, America. This is a message. This is a message to America and to the President, Donald J. Trump. And I want to start by addressing the President, President Trump. Let me begin by saying you are by far most divisive, most ridiculous, most unprepared president in U.S. history. Everything you have done thus far is shameful. It's disgusting. It's a slap in the face of the forefathers. It's disrespectful of the Constitution and of the flag. For you to have taken advantage of America in its weakness, to pretend like you are a General Patton or some macho dictator is just outright ridiculous. When America is at its most painful state, when Americans are hurting, when Americans are frustrated from the murder of Mr. George Floyd, when Americans are suffering from economic crisis, COVID-19, and unemployment, you take advantage of that by sending the military, the United States military, to attack Americans. That's what you did. You attacked Americans. I mean, it was bad enough a couple of days ago when you to media and suggested or ordered governors nationwide to get aggressive and to attack their citizens in their individual states. It was bad enough when you were talking about looters should be shot and that you were going to sick attack dogs on it. It's bad enough that you did all that and then turned around and went in the bunker at the White House. That's bad enough. For you to anti-American and it's pure cowardice. You talk tough. You threatened Americans. And then you went and hid. And then you came out of hiding and sicked the United States military on the American people. Not American criminals, American gangs, not American drug lords, not gangsters, just American people. Wives, housewives, children, college students, regular everyday tax paying voters and workers. You attack them to satisfy your own twisted ego. You evil, ridiculous clown. And I'm talking to you, Donald Trump. Let me tell you something I know. You talk a lot of tough talk, but people like you always talk tough while they're hiding behind somebody else. You hide behind other people because you're not going to be a General Patton. You're not going to war. You're not going to be George Washington. You're not going to be Dwight Eisenhower. You're not going to lead anybody anywhere. You're going to order others to do it while you hide, while you cower in fear. You're ridiculous. But guess what, Donald Trump? You coined the phrase, so let me tell you what America is saying to you right now. You're fired. That's right. You're fired. You won't be in office long. Somehow you're probably going to make it to November only because the country isn't as angry as it should be. But you know as well as I know that if this country really was angry, you wouldn't make it to November. They'd throw you out of office right now. Not only would you be thrown out, you'd be thrown in jail because that's where you belong. You're guilty of treason. You're guilty of all kinds of crimes against America. And you belong behind bars. That's where you belong. You're a criminal. You're corrupt. You're anti American. And you're flat out shameful to this nation. America has problems. We have issues of race, racism, and all of that. But that's mostly because of people like you, clowns that somehow talk your way into power and manipulate others into following you over the edge of a cliff. Who in their right mind follows somebody like you? Who in their right mind would follow a damn fool over a cliff? It's obvious you're not good for America. It's obvious. Even the Republicans know you're not good for America. They want to win elections, so they back you simply because you're the leader of their party, only because you chose the Republican Party to run your campaign in. But the Republicans don't support what you talk about. Your own vice president finds you disgusting, and he's a racist. Mike Pence is one of the biggest racists in America, but even he finds you disgusting. You just don't know it. You're too stupid and too self absorbed to even recognize that you're disgusting to the people around you. So that's all I have to say to you. You're fired. Now, what I have to say to the American people is this: continue to be disappointed in this administration, continue to be frustrated, continue to be angry, and continue to protest. I only ask that you, the American people, protest peacefully. You don't have to throw anything. You don't have to burn anything. You don't have to destroy anything. That's counterproductive. We want results, and you get results by either being very, very, very military or very, very peaceful. It's one of the two. You can't be in the middle. You can't be aggressive and violent without being military. You don't have the military might or the military know-how, so I wouldn't advise that path. The path I would advise is peaceful protest. Make your position known, make your needs and wants and demands known in a peaceful way. Remember, you are the American people. And by the way, the first line of the preamble of the Constitution of the United States of America says, it begins with, we the people. We the people. That's the first three words of the preamble of the United States Constitution. We the people. So the power is with us. The power is not with some loudmouth buffoon pretending to be president. The power is not with William Barr, the Attorney General. The power is not with the generals in the military or the police captains and commissioners across this nation. The power is not with the governors, the Congress people, or the mayors. The power is with the people. It always has been, it always will be. And when we decide we've had enough, then it's up to us to make the change. It's up to us to force change. And like I said before, unless we are ready for an absolute military takeover, then we need to have peaceful protests. Peaceful. You can carry your signs. You can say what's on your mind. You don't have to yell at the police. You don't have to throw anything. You don't have to fight them. Peaceful protests. It will get the best results. I'm telling you from experience. Lastly, let me say this to the United States military. For every military personnel who was short-sighted enough, foolish enough, and blind enough to follow that order from your commander in chief, I wish only the worst for you and your family because you deserve it. I was a United States Marine, and let me tell you something I knew as I served. I knew that there was nobody, not even the commander in chief himself, there was nobody on earth that could order me to attack the American public. There was nobody on this planet that was powerful enough to order me to violate my own constitution, to violate what I knew to be right. There was nobody that could force me to violate my pact with God. When you sign up for the military, when you join, you're joining to serve this nation. You're joining to protect this nation. There should be no one that can force you to do anything other than that. No one should be able to. The Constitution even allows for you to resist an unlawful order. You do not have to obey an unlawful order for the president to tell you to put on riot gear and to attack peaceful protesters, peaceful Americans is unlawful, is unconscionable, is immoral. So for you, military personnel that were stupid enough, that were short sighted enough, that were blind enough to follow that unlawful, unconstitutional, un American order, I wish only the worst for you because karma is a bitch. Karma is a bitch. Solidarity with the protesters and America.